The calm of morning in Pine Creek was shattered by the echoing cries of a mother. Emily Harper had turned her back for just a moment during a family picnic when she noticed her toddler, Jamie, had disappeared. The thick forest loomed just yards away, its dark curtain of pine and oak swallowing sound, and, perhaps, her son. Panic spread fast. Within minutes, the sheriff's department was notified, and search efforts began. The forest was vast, over 80,000 acres of rugged terrain, home to all kinds of wildlife. As hours passed with no sign of Jamie, hope started to dim, replaced by growing dread. Sheriff Tom Delaney knew they needed help beyond the local volunteers. He picked up the radio and called in the elite Sierra Mountain Rescue Unit, a specialized team known for finding the lost in the most dangerous terrains. They had saved hikers, campers, and even missing pets, but never a toddler. By noon, the team had arrived. Led by seasoned tracker Jake Monroe, with K-9 handler Sierra Grant and her German Shepherd, Max helicopters buzzed overhead while teams fanned out across the ground. Every second counted. And somewhere in the forest, little Jamie was alone, scared, and being watched. Sierra crouched near a patch of damp soil. "Tiny footprints," she whispered, pointing to the faint impressions leading deeper into the woods. Max barked, tail stiff. They were on the right track. But something else troubled Jake, a set of claw marks nearby. Large. Fresh. The forest had its predators. Mountain lions were known to roam, but Jake feared something worse: leopards. An invasive pair had escaped from a private reserve last year and had been spotted just once. If Jamie crossed paths with them, time wouldn't be on their side. Jamie, only 2 years old, had followed a butterfly beyond the picnic tables and into the woods. Now lost, he sat beneath a mossy tree, hugging a stuffed bear. Hunger gnawed at his belly. Strange noises filled the air, twigs snapping, birds calling, and the rustling of unseen animals. Not far away, yellow eyes blinked in the shadows. A leopard slinked through the ferns, its body low and silent. The child didn't notice. He was humming a lullaby his mother always sang. The predator crept closer, pausing every few steps. Jake and Sierra split up with radios and flares. Max took a sudden sharp turn, yanking Sierra toward the north ridge. "He smells something," she said, breath quickening. The terrain grew steep, the trees denser. They were moving closer to something, or someone. Meanwhile, Jake stumbled across clawed bark. "They're here," he muttered. His pulse quickened. The air felt heavy with danger. Somewhere nearby, nature's balance teetered on the edge. He picked up speed, praying they weren't too late. As the leopard closed in on Jamie, the toddler turned and giggled, thinking it was a big cat like the ones in his picture books. The leopard paused, puzzled by the lack of fear. Its muscles tensed as it took another step forward. Then, a bark, loud and sharp. Max burst into the clearing like a missile. Sierra was right behind, screaming, "Back!" Her voice cracked through the tension like a whip. The leopard hissed and backed off, but its eyes held a dangerous glow. Max stood his ground, fangs bared, until the predator melted into the trees. The leopard hadn't gone far. It circled back, stalking Sierra and Max through the underbrush. Jake, hearing the commotion on the radio, sprinted toward their location. He carried a tranquilizer rifle, loaded and ready. But a missed shot could provoke the beast. Suddenly, the leopard lunged from a tree. Max leapt up, intercepting it mid-air. A furious scuffle broke out, fur, fangs, and dirt flying. Jake took aim and fired. The dart hit. The leopard stumbled and collapsed, groaning as the drug took hold. Sierra grabbed Jamie and held him close, tears of relief falling freely. With the leopard subdued and Jamie safe in Sierra's arms, the forest seemed to exhale. Jake radioed for an emergency evac. A helicopter hovered minutes later, lowering a rescue basket. Sierra passed the boy up, his tiny hand gripping her finger tightly. Back at the clearing, Emily Harper collapsed when she saw her son again. She wept as she kissed his cheeks, thanking the rescue team between sobs. Jamie, barely understanding the danger he'd been in, simply whispered, "I saw a big kitty." Max had sustained injuries in the fight, claw marks across his side. The team rushed him to the vet, where he was treated and sedated. Sierra stayed by his side the whole time, whispering, "You saved him, Max. You saved that baby." Jake and Sierra were honored at a community gathering days later. But the biggest cheer went to Max, who limped onto the stage in a tiny red cape. Jamie toddled up and handed the dog a peanut butter treat, beaming. "My hero," he said softly. The story of the rescue spread nationwide. News outlets dubbed it, "The Miracle in Pine Creek." The escaped leopards were both captured, and new forest regulations were enacted. The Sierra rescue team was funded for even more missions. Jamie grew up always remembering the forest, not as a place of fear, but as the place where heroes lived. Every year, on the day he was found, he and his family returned to the spot and left a toy and a flower in gratitude. And somewhere deep in the woods, the trees whispered his name.